What's up everyone, this is Super Marcel and welcome back to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis Jurassic March. In the last episode, the main big thing is that we built Raptor Safari. We took down all the walls of the 4 raptor enclosures and turned it into one big zone where cars can just honk rudely at raptors and cows and take pictures. And there's like 4 species of raptors, so ultimately like 20 different dinosaurs individual, or is it 20? Or I think I made 4 raptors each, something like that. And yeah, I think this. I don't know. I'm like fairly sure that this zone will probably be the coolest zone that we will probably ever make in this whole park, right? This I'm actually pretty proud of how this came out. This is actually really cool for JPOG standards. In other words, we also made the quote-unquote Struthiomimuses, and really it's just Gallimimus but renamed. And yeah, right now we are, I don't know, we're kind of just on a peaceful route, really. We have like a bunch of different potential dinosaurs that could come to us. I'm not sure which one will come first, but I'm prepared. I am prepared. But yeah, we're mainly gonna like extend the park off into this direction, where I might turn it into something. Actually, we do have a Rhepetosaurus, don't we? Rhepetosaurus is a big sauropod in Madagascar, I believe. So maybe we can turn this zone. We can turn this little. Actually, no, that's actually awesome. Yeah, we could turn this nice opening right here into a zone for the Rhepetosauruses. Yeah. We'll save that zone for the Rhepetosauruses. And then, I don't know, maybe we can have a little small enclosure here, but we have this small enclosure right here, reserved for who knows what dinosaur. Probably that one dinosaur that, was it Macrogryphosaurus, I think it was called. And I will say that after the episode, I did had a look into the dinosaur. You know what I'm going to do while I wait actually is I'm going to make the pathing just look a little nicer with these fountains. Oh, what? Why the hell is 10 the limit? What? Okay. 10's the limit of fountains, sure. Right. I think when it comes to, when I do record a Jurassic or really just any dinosaur gaming content in general, what I usually tend to do is because if you've been watching my videos at this point, you probably already know that I tend to like to talk about because I have a background history in paleontology. At this point, I can actually say I have a degree in paleontology, so that's cool. I got a bachelor's degree. So I know my stuff, right? And what I like to do with my format of my videos is that I usually like to play the game, have fun, joke around, do funny stuff. And then when we get a new dinosaur species, I like to talk about the dinosaurs, right? But I'm sure you already know that format. So usually how it is that when I'm going to play these games, what's a dinosaur that we can focus on while we talk about it? Gallimimus. What I usually do is that when I know that there's potentially going to be a dinosaur in this next recording session, a new dinosaur, unless it's a dinosaur that I don't know the information off by heart, I usually. But even if it is a dinosaur that I know a bit of, I still look some background into it, just in case there's some stuff that I don't do. So yeah, I do a little bit of research on the dinosaurs that might appear in the next episode, and then and after that, I turn it, I convert what I've learned from the background into the next recording session. So yeah, when we get the Macrogryphosaurus, which I'm certain is going to be this episode, I have some a summarization. I'm not too certain about talking about this dinosaur, but I feel like I could probably talk a little about a little bit of stuff. Okay, so we can now make the new dinosaur, Macrogryphosaurus. Now the thing is that I'm not sure whether this game is going to make it into a small or large herbivore. Because it's a weird one. It's kind of like a dryosaur, but like a massive dryosaur, so I'm not sure how they're going to do this. Let's have a look. Let's take the small dinosaurs first. Okay, so it is identifying as a small dinosaur. Right. Well, I love it. The dinosaurs are so boring, I want a thrill. This really is Jurassic Park. What an amazing place. And there's like an entire there's literally an entire zone where you can go into a car and look at 4 different raptor species. And you have the audacity to say it's boring. Alright. Right. Carnotaurus. Of course we're gonna get Carnotaurus. No. Right, what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna get any remains of Macrogryphosaurus.
Good.
Just so that I can increase it, increase the lifespan just a little bit. And then, once we have that, we'll talk about it. Yeah, I might as well get the other ones. Get Macrogryphosaurus, Carnotaurus.
Nice choice.
Yeah, sure.
Good choice.
Meep. Oh yeah, Pachycephalosaurus is another one. Pterosaurus, Austroraptor, Utahraptor, and, well, whichever dinosaur that one is. Alright. First off, let's start with the dinosaur that we probably will get this episode. In fact, we might even get Carnotaurus in this episode. That's going to be exciting. What can I do with Carnotaurus? Ooh. Where would I put Carnotaurus? Of course we're going to get Carnotaurus. Carnotaurus wasn't even a dinosaur in the original game. So, like, we gotta do something. I'm still pretty happy with you turning this entire lake into a Repetosaurus enclosure. So maybe what we can do is, let's have a look.
Message from Dr. Grant. Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright.
Message from Dr. Saka.
More. Oh, speaking of Repetosauruses.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Okay.
Message from Dr. Saka.
Alright. Oh man. Really? Okay. No worries, we'll just make a new batch then. Macrogryphosaurus is now alright. Oh, sweet. Macrogryphosaurus is doable. If we're lucky, we might be able to get 2 new dinosaurs. Alright. I think what I'll do with Macrogryphosaurus is that we'll probably put a carnivore over here in this side, because, like, no one's if you came from that helicopter, no one is coming down to that zone for some reason. So what we'll probably do is that we'll probably make like a Macrogryphosaurus enclosure, like let's say maybe right here by the ocean. Yeah, but right now, let's have a look. Macrogryphosaurus, 2 years now. Awesome. I'm going to get 4 of this dinosaur. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here is Macrogryphosaurus. It's definitely a unique dinosaur. I haven't heard about this dinosaur before now.
Message from Dr. Graham.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to announce genuine Jurassic herbivore Dryosaurus is now on display.
Okay, so it's using Dryosaurus models. Okay. Not a lot of room, but there's water. Okay, Macrogryphosaurus is an interesting dinosaur. So it's found in South America, in Patagonia. So it lived with the likes of titanosaurs and abelosaurs and whatnot. And it's a strange. So it's an ornithopod, right? So these were dinosaurs like Dryosaurus and iguanodons. Basically, your typical like 2-legged basic dinosaurs, just like this, that will be able to run. But it's actually for an ornithopod,
Message from
for
Dr.
its size, it seems you would probably think that it was like an iguanodont, right? Because most large iguanodonts, most large ornithopods tend to usually be iguanodonts, right? But it's probably more. It looks. But even though it's big, it looks more like a Dryosaur or more better yet, a Hypsilophodont dinosaur. But so these dinosaurs were a part of the group of dinosaurs called the Elasmarians, right? So it was like your typical, like, I guess the best way I could probably think that could classify an Elasmarian is like your typical small ornithopod, like that kind of looks like Dryosaur, but it's not Dryosaur because it's like far off into the Cretaceous. And like we over here in Australia have an Elasmarian apparently over here, so Lialinosaura. And so going off of what I know about Lialinosaura, which is by the way not nearly as big as this dinosaur, and it's Lialinosaura was like fox size, I'm pretty sure, but they were like your typical small ornithopod dinosaurs, but they specialized having a very, very particularly very long tail. That's kind of what makes Lialinosaur very distinguishable, is that they have a very, very long tail. So that's probably my best way of thinking about. Again, this is me going into research, trying to summarize what I think I know about this dinosaur. Because mind you, before I even read the name, I did not know what this dinosaur is. Apparently, it's in Walking with Dinosaurs, with the Nigel Marven series when they time traveled, and I guess that's one way to look at them. But yeah, like otherwise, that's the best way I could really look at these guys. These are a lot more smaller than what I thought they would be. I really thought they would be bigger, because the way they depicted these dinosaurs made it seem like they were fairly large.
What should we do here?
But oh well. How much time do we have left? We have 5 minutes. We might be able to squeeze in a Macrogryphosaurus.
Message from Dr. Sackler.
And since this enclosure is pretty small, I might also squeeze in another species of dinosaur, probably like Pachycephalosaurus, let's say.
What should we do then?
Message from Dr.
Right, but yeah, it's a weird one. This dinosaur, it's definitely a weird one, but it's interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, right, so with that out of the way, let's move on to our carnivore, which is regardless going to be an Abelisaur, actually. Whether or not it's Majungasaurus or Carnotaurus, they're both Abelisaurs.
Message
So
from Dr. Grant.
I would know, because I actually did a lot.
What's your plan?
Message from
Park
Dr.
regulation
Grant.
warning. You have reached your dinosaur population limit. You cannot exceed the number of dinosaurs you have in your park currently. What? Really? I can't make more? Oh, most of them are the raptors, isn't it?
What would you recommend in this situation?
Oh, man. I can't... Alright, well, I'm obviously going to tinker with some files when the time comes, but I might as well get prepared. Get prepped up, right? So, say we go off into this direction. And let's say
Message from Dr.
on
Wu.
this side, actually I might make it more like more like this. There we go. Yeah, yeah. And then we'll have like
Dr. Grant.
a Belisaur or Carnotaur. I'm gonna make it large fence because it is a carnivore. Actually, I might as well make it as long as...
Message from Dr. Grant.
Hmm.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Yeah, nah. Awesome. Can I extend it just a little bit more? How far back can I... Oh, I could just go out into the ocean if I wanted to. Make it a swimming Abelisaur. I'm happy with this. Maybe we could add like a little bit of land and then generally, yeah, and then this will be basically either Carnotaurus or Majungasaurus. Probably Majungasaurus. Let's have a look. Oh, we have Gorgosaurus. Well, maybe we can last... Maybe... There it is. Oh, look at that model! Majungasaurus is... Oh, wow. Only 6 months? Okay. Regardless, we can't get either dinosaur anyway, so... Because apparently we've reached the maximum amount of dinosaur population. Which sucks. A lot. But
Message from Dr. Grant.
what can you do about it?
What are your instructions? Uh-huh.
Alright, how much more time do we have left? We have a minute left. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks that I've reached the limit. Why is 60 the dinosaur limit?
Dr. Grant.
Oh, the basic dinosaur limit. Oh man. Well, at least we got to learn about new this new dinosaur, you know.
Message from Dr.
It's always
Wu.
nice to take a moment to actually like learn about lesser known dinosaurs. Cause yeah, like not even I knew what this dinosaur was. And it's a little interesting. I actually saw what fossil remains we actually have of this dinosaur. It's literally the whole spine. It's the whole spine and like some ribs. I think the pelvis is found as well. But otherwise, everything else,
Message
as
from
far as
Dr.
I
Wu.
know, nothing else. There was no skull, there were no arms or leg bones. In fact, now thinking about it, I don't even know if this is even comparable to be. I don't know. Maybe it might be distinguishable enough. But like, if it's just the spine, like, can we really say that they look like this? Yeah. Whatever. I still think it's a cool dinosaur. Yeah, it's always nice to show more unique diversity to lesser known guys. You know, representation. But anyways, right. I'm going to edit the files off screen so that we will have way more dinosaurs and buildings. I'm probably gonna just edit a lot of stuff in general actually with the files, and hopefully that doesn't destroy the game. But yeah, like, there we go. Macrogryphosaurus. So if you guys enjoyed the video, click the like button. If you want to see more, click the subscribe button. And I'm Super Marcel, and make sure you
Message from Dr.
have
Gray.
super time. Bye bye.